Come up a few times and had some outstanding outings and then got sent back down. And for me, that'd be a hard pill to swallow, especially as a young guy. Veteran guys seem to be able to deal with it a little bit more. But when you go up and you do a great job, then all of a sudden you get sent back down. That's when it's got to be really tough.
Yeah, and it's tough. I think there was one point last year, I think I was 3-0 in my last 3 starts, and I had like a 1.5 ERA or something, and I actually got sent down, optioned in New York, and that was a tough one. You know, when you're pitching well, you don't want to go anywhere, and that's tough. But the biggest thing is we got to keep those bullpen guys healthy. So, if we're gonna option a young guy like myself to keep those guys safe and out of harm's way, we're gonna do it. So,
yeah. 24 years old. I mean, coming from Colorado, went to LSU. Has your big league experience been everything that you thought it would be at this point?
Oh, yeah. I think it's been kind of crazy because I've done all sorts of things. Earlier in this year, I got to pitch in the 9th inning in Fenway. Never knew I was going to do that as a reliever. Hopefully as a starter I get to do it one day. But, that's the thing. I've done all sorts of different things. Got to pitch in the playoffs last year out of the bullpen. So it's definitely been awesome, and, obviously wouldn't change anything for it.
Both of us obviously went to LSU. You were there for 2 years. I was there for 3 years. Both first-round picks out of LSU. You're from Colorado. Tell the folks, how do you get from Colorado all the way down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Well, first off, I think there's an O at the end, Colorado.
Yeah.
But,
well, where I'm from, we don't always pronounce things the right way. But anyway, Colorado,
Yeah. I just kind of went on my visit, and I wanted to go somewhere that I wasn't going to know anybody. I wanted to kind of get away from everything that I'd grown up knowing, and going down south, being from Colorado, it was definitely a little different.
Yeah, I bet it was. And Alan Dunn, of course, Alan spent many, many years here in the Orioles organization. Now he's the pitching coach and helped develop you down at LSU. Talk about Alan Dunn and how important he was for your developmental.
Yeah, he was huge. He obviously coming in, I knew that he had a professional baseball background. And so, the fact that he was with the Orioles and I ended up being drafted by them, I think that was a huge reason why I did get drafted by them. I think Buck had pretty good conversations with AD about me, and he's just awesome. He was from day one, he was nothing but professional, and he's very competitive. So that was one thing that I really liked, was just how locked into the games. He was calling pitches, and he was the most. It was like he was pitching out there. He would get locked in, and he just continues to do wonders for all those guys down there, and nothing but happy for him.